Hello everyone. Now I'm going to talk about my thesis proposal. The title is Policy Formulation of the Environment and Forestry Minister Regulation Number P106-MNLHK-Kum-1-12-2018. Second Amendment to the Environment and Forestry Minister Regulation Number P20 Setjen Kum titik 1 6 2018 about protected plants and animal species. I start with the background. Indonesia is an archipelago and is located in a tropical region. Under this condition, there are 74 types of ecosystem that have very diverse species. From LIPI data in 2014, there were 1,500 species of algae, 80,000 species of sporadic plants in the form of fungi, 595 types of lichens, 2,197 types of ferns, and 30,000 until 40,000 species of seed plants. In addition, 8,157 species of vertebrate were recorded and 1,900 butterfly species. In Law Number 5 of 1990 concerning conservation of living natural resources and their ecosystems, plant and animal species are grouped into two groups, namely protected species and unprotected species. The stipulation of protected flora and fauna species has been regulated in Government Regulation Number 7 of 1999 concerning preservation of plant and animal species. The regulation describes the criteria for a species of flora and fauna to be classified as protective if it has a small population, a sharp decrease in the number of individuals in nature, and a limited distribution area or endemic. In this regulation, 294 protected plant and animal species are stipulated. The Ministry of Environment and Forestry revised the list of protected plant and animal species by using Permen LHK nomor 20 tahun 2018, then Permen LHK nomor 92 tahun 2018, which is the first amendment of Permen LHK nomor 20 tahun 2018, and Permen LHK nomor 106 tahun 2018, which is the second amendment. In the Permen LHK nomor 20 tahun 2018, there are also regulations that are not mentioned in Peraturan Pemerintah nomor 7 tahun 1999, namely related to the proposed determination of plant and animal species mentioned in the preamble to the ministerial regulation, explaining that if the minister has sufficient scientific data and information about a plant or animal species have met the criteria to be protected, or the minister accepts a recommendation for other government agencies or non-governmental organization to protect a plant or animal species with sufficient scientific information, the minister can determine the species to be protected. Whereas if the recommendation is to protect plant and animal species, animals originate from LIPI, then the minister shall immediately determine which species of plant or animal are protected. Minister of Environment and Forestry Regulation number 20 of 2018 was then revised and the attachment to the list of protected plant and animal species was revoked with the issuance of the Permen LHK nomor 92 tahun 2018 whose population in captivity is quite high. With the proposal, the 5 bird species were removed from protected status but without any consideration from the scientific authority. The regulation also adds to the criteria for paying attention to conditions in the community as criteria for determining protected species in several bird species. Peraturan Menteri Kehutanan nomor 92 tahun 2018 was revised again with the issuance of Permen LHK nomor 106 tahun 2018. The revised regulation included additional criteria for taking into account forest product utilization business permits. This new regulation excluded 10 tree species from the list of protected species because they are considered to be included in the production target of the annual work plan for forest utilization in the business permit for utilization of timber forest products in natural forest or land clearing plans in the timber utilization permit. Next, problem statement or issue relevant to the topic being studied. Change in the rules for determining protected plant and animal species are quite controversial. This can be seen from the time of change, which is so fast that in 1 year it has changed 3 times. This also shows that the policy was made with a poor process. The change made to this regulation represent an inaccurate process of policy formulation. In this case, it is necessary to study at the policy formulation stage to get an overview of how the problem formulation and policy alternative are and who are the actors who play a role in it. Next, research question. How is the policy formulation in the Minister of Environment and Forestry Regulation number P 106 garis miring men LHK garis miring Setjen garis miring Kum titik 1 garis miring 12 garis miring 2018. Second amendment to the regulation of the Minister of Environment and Forestry number P20 garis miring men LHK garis miring Setjen garis miring Kum titik 1 garis miring 6 garis miring 2018 regarding the protected flora and fauna species. Research objective. The purpose to this study is to analyze the policy formulation process in the Minister of Environment and Forestry Regulation number P106 garis miring men LHK garis miring Setjen garis miring Kum titik 1 garis miring 12 garis miring 2018. Second amendment to the regulation of the Minister of Environment and Forestry number P20 garis miring men LHK garis miring Setjen garis miring Kum titik 1 garis miring 6 garis miring 2018 regarding protected flora and fauna species. Next, significance of the research. The benefit of this research can be used as input for the Ministry of Environment and Forestry in the policy formulation process, especially regarding protected plant and animal species. Scope of research. This research focuses on the policy formulation of Permen LHK nomor 106 tahun 2018 concerning the second amendment to Permen LHK nomor 20 tahun 2018 concerning protected plant and animal species and the previous regulation, namely Permen LHK nomor 92 tahun 2018 and Permen LHK nomor 20 tahun 2018. Research methodology approach. The research used descriptive qualitative approach. According to Mauleong 20 and 12, the qualitative descriptive approach intends to understand the phenomena that occur in the research subject, such as motivation, perception, behavior, action, etc., which are presented by describing sentence with natural context and by using various scientific methods. Data collection. Data collection techniques were carried out by literature study and field study. Data collection from document source including literature, books, laws, and regulations, minutes of meetings, and written document relevant to this research. Field study were carried out by in-depth interview with relevant informant. Subject. The data collection subject in this study include Legal Bureau of the Environment and Forestry Ministry, LIPI, NGOs are relevant, animal breeding communities. That's my presentation. Please feel free to provide input to complete my proposal. Thank you.